for y'all to hear me, so you can follow along with me if that's too much. Alright, today we're going to practice surface area and volume of a sphere. This particular part is just the volume of a sphere. The equation for which is 4/3 pi r cubed. These can be done directly into your calculator. You don't need to work them out longhand, but I'm going to do it anyway just so you can see it done. So the volume of a sphere is 4/3 of pi times r cubed. All we need is a radius, and we can do this problem. So, for number 1, the radius is 3. That means I put it into the equation 4/3 pi times 3 cubed. Cube means 3 times 3 times 3, which is just 27 times 3. I'm sorry, 9 times 3, which is 27. All right. First, it wants us to give it in terms of pi. That means I'm going to take 3 cubed and multiply it by 4/3 and not multiply it by pi. So it's going to be 4/3 times 27 times pi. That's the same as 4 times 27 divided by 3 times pi. When we're doing 4/3 times 27, we can do it just straight in the calculator the way that we see it. Always put fractions in parentheses so that we can see exactly what it is that we have done. So, in my calculator I have 4/3 times 27 divided by 3. 4/3 times, I'm sorry, I don't need the divided by 3 part. It's 4 times 27 divided by 3, or you can do it just as this fraction, 4/3 times 27. So that's what I've done here, 4/3 times 27. And that ends up being 36. Now remember, I did not multiply by pi, so it still needs to be there. My first answer is going to be 36 pi inches cubed. Volume is always in units cubed. For the second part, all I have to do is take that 36 and multiply it by pi. In this case, pi is 3.14, as it indicates in the initial instructions. So 36 times 3.14. Notice I just hit times, and it says answer times. So it's going to take 36 and multiply it by 3.14. And that gives me 113. Now I have to make a decision. Do I put 0.04 or do I just put 0? It says nearest tenth. Since the 10th digit is the second number of 113.04, I look at the 4. It's less than 5, so I just drop it and don't round up. So my answer for the second part of number 1 is 113.0 inches cubed. If we look at number 4, we have something completely different going on. I'm still going to use 4/3 pi r cubed, but this time I'm given the dimension of 4. I need radius. So to get radius, I take the dimension and divide it by 2. Or I take 4 and divide it by 2. That gives me a radius of 2. Now I can just put it directly into my equation. I'm going to rewrite it because I need 4/3 times 2 cubed pi. The first number needs to be in pi centimeters cubed. So now I just need to know what 4/3 times 2 cubed is. 2 cubed is 8, so I need to know what 4/3 times 8 is. Again, I'm not going to do it long way, I'm going to do it the easy way. 4/3 times And that gives me 10.6 repeating. So my first answer for number 4 is 10.6 repeating pi centimeters cubed. Now all that's left is to multiply by pi, 3.14. And it ends up being 33.49, well, it's 33.49 with a 3 repeating. I need the tenths place, so I'll look at the 9. It says to round up. My answer will be 33.5. Notice each time I put 33.5 centimeters cubed, because it was centimeters and volume is always cubed.